Howdy guys, this is Black Crown here. Pretty much I just got my wisdom teeth taken out. I've got a couple of days off work, so I thought I'd kill time by uploading a video. Just recently I purchased Heavy-Rain for the PS3, obviously, and completed it numerous of times, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Now, I was searching around the internet, and I find that there's just been a lot of critics bad-mouthing the game with no concrete evidence. So in this video I'm just gonna kind of defend the game in my own aspects, and I found myself one or two bad writings or plot holes, if you will, that I think just need to be brought forward. But don't worry, these aren't stupid ones. I've been reading forums and whatnot saying that the police are stupid and people just kill people out in the open and the butterfly trial makes no sense. Just throwing any ridiculous antic in there. You can throw anything you want in there pretty much. Like, you could say, oh well, the logic thing to do for Ethan is to just, build a time machine and go back in time and stop Jason from running around. Therefore, crisis averted. Or, why didn't Ethan just turn into the Hulk, and then search for his son, destroying half the city? That's the logical thing to do. So no, I'm not going to be throwing anything to that. The mistakes I found have been the story given to us from the game as well. So anyway, I'd like to get started. This isn't really a mistake. I'm not sure if this will be explained as a downloadable content or not, which I haven't played, by the way. So, if what I say is incorrect, please do correct me. But in the game, I did not see any time that Madison Page and Jaden Norman, or Norton Jaden, whatever, actually met each other. Apart from the time just walking past in Paco's club, the Blue Lagoon, or when Norman's searching for evidence and he finds the fingerprints of Madison there. Apart from that, I didn't think they actually meet. But yet, when you escape with Madison from the killer's place and you go to Cole, and if you call Jaden, she goes, I need to call that FBI guy, he's the only one I can trust. I'm like, well, you didn't even meet him, so how do you know who he is, let alone have his number? Anyway, like I said, that may be a mistake, but we'll continue. This is just another one. It's not really a mistake, but anyway, the hotel scene where you get to obviously have sex with Madison or not, depending on your choices. While I was playing this scene, I had my girlfriend along with me, and I was explaining the game to her how that this was a choice-made game. It was very movie-based, and every critical thing I did, it would affect the storyline. So in this, I decided to, have sex with Madison Page. Then the police rock up, and well, you know the rest. But when I played it again just to get the trophies, the unforgivable one where you obviously don't. And when I did that, the police still rocked up. Now I know this kind of needs to happen for the story to progress in a way, but it was just kind of a bit of a, I don't know, bit of a kick in the teeth, really. You sit there, you start, having your way of Madison, you take a nap, all this space could happen to a half an hour to an hour. And then the police rock up, but then you say no, in the matter of 5 seconds the police rock up. So there's a bit of a time gap there, and I'm only just throwing it in there because the game itself is based on, realistic, it's trying to be as realistic as possible, as well as a movie. So just throwing that in there, not that it matters, but it's just, I was explaining to the missus, really. I was saying, because I had sex, when I first played it, I'm like, because I chose to have sex with her and wasted this bit of time. The police have rocked up, met you. If I said no, I could have got around it, but sadly not. A third one that was brought to my attention is the old warehouse, the very last chapter. Now, obviously, when you go there and Ethan is arrested, no cop is going to show up because, obviously in the duration of the story, the police believe Ethan's the killer, so there's no need for them to be there if they already have him under arrest. Sorry. And the story's played out that, if Ethan's there, he saves Sean. If Jaden's there as well, he'll stop the killer, or tries to. And if Madison's there, it's her job to get around the cops and warn Ethan, saying that they're going to kill him the minute he steps outside. So obviously if Ethan's alone, there's cops. And if all three are there, the cops will be there. But when I was playing it a second time, I'm pretty sure that if you're there with either just one partner, either being Madison or Jaden, the police don't show up. Now, I'm not sure. I look back with Madison Page on other videos on YouTube, and I didn't see the police rock up. And I remember playing it where it was just Ethan and Jaden. I remember Carter Blake making the call to go to the warehouse, but nobody rocked up. So I think that's just a bit of a mishap. Anyway, the fourth one, which I think happens to be the most concrete one, and I say, well, just happens to be the most hardest one to explain, is the duration of the time of the memory card for the phone, you know, the other memory card where it shows Sean and the rising of the water level in the well, sorry. And at the time where Ethan gets it, now I've been backtracking a little bit, and it wasn't until about 7:30 when Ethan leaves the house to head to the station, and I'm just going to say, oof, maybe 8, 9 o'clock, where Ethan actually sat down in the motel room and received the gun and whatnot, received the gun and the origami figures and everything else. And you know, alright, so granted, keep in mind he has the gun, and if you think back to the fourth trial, that memory card is locked in the gun. So keep in mind that once he's received it at, what did we say, 9:30, 10, whatever, on a Wednesday, he has it there. Alright. So anyway, on that same day at about 11, that's when the first trial starts. And when that finishes, it tells you to look in the GPS to find that card. And after you have a look, you can see that, you know, Sean is, you know, he's not drowning, but water is rising, you know, very slowly. But the interesting thing is when you talk to the garage, the man that works in the garage, he says that the car has been dropped off 2 years ago, and they've been just servicing it ever since. So you would assume that the killer has put that GPS and all that in there 2 years ago. But yet 2 years ago, I think even bloody Jason and Sean were like still alive. So, you know, but then again, you could argue that the GPS was put in later, so, you know, it's not really concrete. But the one that is concrete is the fourth trial, as I was mentioning before, which happens on Thursday at 11:15 in the morning, where if you do kill the drug dealer, the killer sends you the message saying, look in the gun grip for your memory card. You have a look, and the well is, you know, covered pretty deeply, and I think Sean at this point is nearly drowning, which is strange because Ethan, in all respect, had that memory card in the gun, but just didn't know it. Yesterday, the day before, remember, the fourth trial happened on Thursday, and the gun was received on Wednesday. So how is that possible? How is it that, you know, the killer put it in the gun before this, you know, and, you know, before even Ethan had the the gun and the memory card that he didn't know about, the water levels already risen to dramatic effects. You know, that's just a huge time lapse. That's just, you know, a mistake. I suppose, I know it's hard to explain, but I suppose while I'm explaining this, I might just put on a bit of a diagram on YouTube. But yeah, anyway, that's what I've got to say. Look, listen, I'm not dissing the game at any stage. You know, I enjoyed it immensely. I believe all the reviews that gave it top scores were just spot on. It really is a fantastic game, and all that is certainly a huge, you know, certainly a huge, move forward from Fahrenheit or Indigo Prophecy in other nations, which was, yeah, look, it was a great game, but the ending, the story at the end was just so poor. It was just bloody garbage, to be honest with you. You know, I was remembering watching top 10 lists of video games bad endings, and even though that wasn't on it, the guy that was commentating on it said, like, you know, a game with a bad ending will just ruin the game, and that's what happened to me, unfortunately. Whilst I enjoyed the game, the ending was just so preposterous. It just ruined the whole experience for me. However, Heavy-Rain came along and restored my faith with David Cage. Anyway, I'm sure you've heard enough ranting on. But yeah, thanks for watching / listening. Yeah, feel free to check out my other videos. I may in the future decide to do a bit of a playthrough. Yeah, so if you're keen, come watch. Alright, thanks for listening then.